It's the perpetual weekend between Christmas and New Year. It's the second annual Mailbag Royal Rumble, and I am joined by four heavyweights of the Blue Room here: Rob Vera, Mike Diasher, Matt Jones, and Matt Lusk. Basically, the way this is going to work is we have four contestants on each day. So whoever wins today goes through to tomorrow in Royal Rumble style. If you win again on Tuesday, you go through to Wednesday. The final round is on Thursday. So everyone watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast, I'm sure you can't wait to find out who wins at the end. So, keep tuning in each day for this. I will dispense with the pleasantries because we've already done them off sort of camera. And I want to rip through this in about 20 minutes if we can. Keep everyone amused. So straight into the hot topic round. How this works is this is related to a news story from September. So cast your minds back to what was going on then. I have no idea what was going on last week, but apart from Christmas, but there you go. If you know what the news story is, say the name of a random Everton player. You get to answer first. If you get it right, you get a point. Rob Vera gets a point anyway, because it's a UK-based news story, and he probably wouldn't know it, so he gets a point anyway. So
can I have a point too? Because I probably won't know it. I like that rule.
No, so is Mike.
That's fair though.
Well, it's not really.
This is putting us all at a bit of a disadvantage already.
I know. Let's do you know what? No, sorry.
Hey. Well, I'll tell you what. No, yeah. Here we go.
A 6-hour time difference, and everything else is already at my disadvantage.
I've got a solution, right? Everyone starts on 3 points. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what we do is we swerve all the nonsense about knowing things, because you don't get anywhere in life by knowing things.
Well, so if we're all starting with 3 points, we're starting with 0 points. Gotcha. Go.
No, you're starting with 4, Rob, so that's fine. So, players at the ready. What's your go-to ready meal?
Lee Thai.
Funis Mori.
Ooh. Lee Thai.
I had Lee Thai first there.
Definitely Lee Thai. Matt, what is this story?
Is it the child hunger thing? Is it a really crass news link?
Oh, no, it's not.
Is it not? Oh. I'm glad actually it's not. I'm glad it's not.
Rob, who did you say then?
Your brain went.
That was actually going to be my guess too. So.
Oh, right. Okay. Who's your Everton player anyway?
Oh, Funis Mori.
So we can note Rob and Matt down as two people who think it's funny to make jokes about child hunger. What? Carry on.
Oh, there you go. Anyone got a clue?
Is it something to do with food, Les?
No.
Well, there you go.
Doesn't Mike have to buzz in with his Everton name to guess?
All right, Mark Pembridge.
He's got absolutely no regard for any rules, Mike. But
Mark Pembridge.
Go ahead, Mark Pembridge.
A bit of a coup here, hasn't he? With Mailbag.
A little bit.
I tried before, yeah. You did try.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
He's got his new Everton Christmas tracky on. I think he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, I love it. It's the comfiest thing ever. And look at the chevrons on the sleeve. They're lovely. I'm a big into them. Can I have a point for the pink chevrons, Les?
Yeah, go ahead.
He wants to. Yeah, thank you.
I'm a big fan of the pink chevron.
I reckon at least one person in the comments will moan about me having a red fleece on.
Minus 1 point. Minus 1 point for that.
You get a point for the moaning at your red fleece as well, just to sort of soften the blow of that.
I think
and Matt, plus you get a point because I like your headset. It's good.
Thank you.
Everyone's on 4 points here.
Yay!
It was right, and
it got there.
It does seem like this was only in September, but that was when Boris Johnson basically admitted that his oven-ready Brexit deal wasn't quite the oven-ready deal he'd said it was. It was in September. I feel like it was at once last week and about 3 years ago. So that's what that was anyway. Absolutely shit story. So, Matt, you were first. What's your favourite ready meal?
Well, I only really eat ready meals when I'm hungover. It's got to be Co-op dirty fries.
Ooh. Nice. Oh, on them cheese and bacon.
No, who did that? Who did the gadonk then? Because someone did the gadonk. It's a WhatsApp taboo. We don't do.
I'm just gonna close WhatsApp now. By the way,
it was Les. Les, you lose a point.
No, it was actually me.
Oh, it was Matt. Matt loses a point. Boss, why did you admit that? There you go. Matt loses a point.
Go on, dirty fries, Matt. Rob, you were next. What's your favourite ready meal? And you only just found out about 10 minutes ago what a ready meal is.
Yeah, we have them. I think they're just like frozen meat, like frozen, do at home, quick meal, right?
Don't you call them like TV dinners or something like that?
TV dinner.
Mine is the Jack's Pizza Supreme thin crust frozen pizza, ready in 15 minutes. It's perfect.
Decent, Mike.
Pretty basic.
Do you know what? I'm a sucker for an Aldi pizza, and Aldi have got this pizza right where it's a meat feast pizza and it's got a stuffed crust on it. But there's a thing with stuffed crust, and it's either got to be excellent or it's got to be terrible. And because it's so terrible, it is also excellent because then it's just like a little tube of cheese that's extra. Do you know what I mean?
I think I'm with you.
Yeah. So Aldi's one is kind of like it's a terrible one, but because you know it's going to be terrible stuffed crust, it's excellent. So you put a bit more mozzarella on it. It's amazing, and I'm big into that. But I think you've got to have a special shout out for the absolute top tier of not quite ready meals, but almost ready meals, which is a ham and cheese toasty. I think that in a world of its own, the ham and cheese toasty is sensational. And you can cry arse all you want, Matt Flusk in the corner, because I see you there.
It's not a ready meal. It's not a ready meal.
No, that's why I said that's why.
And in fact, you're adding stuff to your pizza, so it's not really ready meal either, is it?
It's an absolute badgering and back you. Do you know what? I'm giving this an honourable mention because I do like an almost ready meal, because the Breville, as it is known in the poshest of terms, the Al Breville, it saved me at university, and it saved many a man and many a woman before. So three cheers to the Breville. There we go.
I like the almost ready meal as well. It's a nice little twist on it.
Yeah.
Matt?
I mean, almost ready meal's not really what we were asked, was it?
Well, I also answered the question too, so let it go.
It was kind of like an almost ready meal. I'd be like, super noodles are quite good because they're sort of ready, but you've got to make
They're not though. But the thing, so you could answer the almost ready meal with the worst almost ready meal ever. Well done.
But, you know,
So since we're not talking about almost ready meals, Matt, what's your favourite ready meal?
mine are those little mini Chicago town pizzas that you have, which are deep dish. And every time you eat them, you burn the top of your mouth to an incredible degree, but you still keep going back and having them time and time again.
That sounds incredibly Alan
Sounds like a
Parsons,
hot
hotter
pocket.
than the sun.
Yeah, they are hotter than the sun.
They are.
Yeah.
They genuinely are, yeah. And you do all burn your mouth, but...
But
Do you guys have do you guys have hot pockets there?
No.
Sort of. Like, no. We do kind of, but they're called an incredibly rude word here.
Okay.
What's that?
Like, there's these things that were pretty much the same as what Hot Pockets are in America. And they're referred to as a slang term, as a really horrible, nasty slang term for gay people, where it's also a bunch of sticks. Do you know which one I'm referring to?
Is it the one that's been cut out the Christmas song?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Honestly, I was stood in the co-op looking at these things that looked incredibly like Hot Pockets, but were called that. And it absolutely spun me out for days. And I'm sure I've still got a picture of it. Really weird.
I thought that word was meatballs. Like, not actual meatballs, but like kind of like
Yeah.
Mr. Brains does it, doesn't he?
Well,
Mike, I'm afraid I have not reached, I guess in my whatever time I've been knowing you guys are following Everton, I don't think I've reached my understands British specific homophobic slurs as they relate to traditional food level of
No,
UK
it's not.
English.
It's not. It's very American, actually, isn't it?
it's very American. It begins with F. and it's
Scumbag,
not
you
nice
maggot.
at all.
I love Hot Pockets.
Do you?
The new lyric.
Okay.
Anyway, the right answer to that one was actually, it was an Aldi thing, but it's actually the Aldi spinach and ricotta cannelloni.
Oh, Aldi. Do you know what? You're onto something there, because the Aldi spinach and ricotta range is amazing. Les, do you know they do a spinach and ricotta pizza?
I've had it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, because Louise is like, she's not eating meat now.
Oh, so nice. Put a little bit of sauce on that, and you are absolutely bruised.
What sauce?
Well, it depends, because I reckon you could cool it down with like a nice little bit of mayonnaise, and it just has that nice sort of almost cold vibe to it to go with the cheese. I do like that. Big fan of it.
This is big.
10 out of
This is
10.
top,
Would eat again.
top quality food chat. I've enjoyed that. But we're going on to Ask Us Anything now. Everyone's on 4 points still because no one got the right answer. So I'll just go round robin. I'll start at Robin, the top left-hand corner of my screen. Back in October, Dave Downey asked, quite provocatively, which area of your body would you choose if you had to wear a leather item of clothing for the rest of your life?
My waist, like a belt.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't understand why it's a tough question, because he's basically advocating that you're going to wear an item that you already wear on your shoes or your waist. So I don't think I understand the question.
But this is Dave Downey after a few beers, most likely. So you know where his head goes then. He's off in Grotland.
I think I know the correct answer.
Okay then, Mike.
If this is Dave Downey when he's had a few bevies, we've all seen Dave Downey live on Facebook. And Dave Downey live on Facebook and me after 3 Aperol spritzers sort of have this.
Is that your third?
Well, yeah, it's my third. So it's Christmas. What do you expect?
It's 6:30.
So,
Mike, you can't tell, mate, honestly.
I know. But, so we sort of have this click, I think. And for me, that click is around a cob piece. I think it's around a cob piece, because clothing should be a conversation starter. And what better conversation starter could you have than a gigantic leather cob piece? And even better if it's an all-in-one pants cob piece set, because then you sort of have the benefit of pantaloons with a cob piece added on. You can't go wrong with a cob piece.
Les, I'd like to change my answer. I mean, if we're going full perv here, I'm going to argue for the leather collar around around my neck, right? So that whether I am a submissive or a dominant, I've got a little versatility I can use with other accessories and those sorts of things. If I need to be chained up or if I need to have someone attached, all the usual garden variety S&M scenarios, So I think that would be something and I think Dave would approve of that too, Mike. Going this route.
You're also quite subtly putting it out there as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm kind of putting it out there that, like, hey guys,
come and get me.
I'm down to party. That's a guy. There are 2 things that indicate you're down to party: the tuxedo T-shirt or the collar that's versatile. Once you've got either of those 2 things, people know that you're a pretty fun guy.
Also, having lights in your trainers, that does it as well.
Oh, that's a good one. I never had those. I regret that. It's a regret I have for, like, I didn't visit Disney World when I was a kid either.
Did Les, you must have had lights in your trainees.
No, I had a pair of kickers that had lights in the heels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's lights
Matt,
in your trainers. Unless the heels of your shoes weren't shoes.
Matt, did you have lights in your shoes? I knew it.
Still does.
Yeah. I think I have multiple pairs of lights in my shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt lived a full childhood that I did not.
You go faster. Come on.
Bring back lights in trainees and toffos.
Yeah.
What do you think of mint toffos? Did you ever have them?
What?
Mint toffos?
Oh, the dark green packets, yeah. Yeah, because I always used to get... it spun my head out a little bit, because munchies and toffos, their colours of packets are the same. So whenever I go to shop as a kid, and they also have sort of similar writing, albeit in very different colours. And bear with me, because I was a very small child, but I get confused often between the munchies and the toffos packets. So I'd often rock up to my nan with a packet of the After Eight munchies and be like, "Here's the toffos," and she'd be like, "You silly bastard, go and get the actual toffos."
What's a munchie and a toffo, really fast?
A toffo is, how would you describe a toffo, Les?
It's just a toffee.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Mike, if this was Les going off on this monologue, you'd be giving it the full, here we go.
It was very out when I was a lad, wasn't it?
Yeah, but,
hey, Les, I want my point back for being at an American disadvantage, because I don't even understand half the words that are being thrown out by Mike Diasha today.
How he's got his chef on the details of control. It's just no stopping him. He needs a leather leash around his neck.
Leather leash.
Matt, is that what you go for then? What's
attached the cob piece?
Yeah, a leather leash attached to either Rob's studded collar or Mike's. Yeah,
Cob piece. Attach it to the cob piece.
Yeah. suppose it's not really an item of clothing. It's more like an accessory, isn't it? But
Yeah, what would you go with then, Matt? What would you?
Sunglasses.
Leather sunglasses.
Yeah.
It's quite the look.
I reckon you would do a leather cap, Matt.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Got those Vito vibes.
Do you know what? He's got the luscious hair with his nice new haircut to really pull off a leather cap, I think.
Cheers.
Essentially, yeah. I reckon I'm gonna go on Etsy after this, and I bet you can buy leather sunglasses on Etsy. Definitely.
Oh, I reckon you can, yeah.
We sell them.
They have proper lenses and everything in there, but yeah. I reckon they'd be quite comfortable.
Not completely leather then, even on the eyes.
I can't imagine leather sunglasses outside of like goggles that a pilot would wear in the 40s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like all of them, yeah.
That'd
Matt,
be awesome.
rescue us with an item of leather clothing, please.
I was going to say head, but after all that, I think I'm just going to go for gloves because I'm not touching any of that.
Hey.
Oh, Matt, you get a point for leather gloves because I've seen your leather gloves. Nothing untoward, just the football last week. And they are a magnificent pair, Mike's face. They are a magnificent pair of leather gloves. Doubled up nicely as goalie gloves as well.
Thank you.
Anyway, everyone can have a point there because that was a good discussion on leather daddies and the like. Second question. I'll go the other way around. Comes you first, Matt Lusk. Chico asked, which Everton players shouldn't you feed after midnight and why?
Andre Gomez, because he already looks like he's pulling a skip, so you don't want any extra baggage around his waist, do you?
Oh, that was mean. That was mean.
Fair though, isn't it? It is fair.
All back legs.
Bit mean. This is a nice room, Matt. We don't like being mean.
It's a safe space to say whatever, really. Matt?
It's a safe space.
Based on the Instagram videos we've seen from some of these lads after the celebrations, I'm going to go Mason Holgate because that lad has got more than enough energy by the looks of it, and we don't really want him up on chairs at small hours in the morning singing beautiful girls after scranning all sorts at 12:30. So I think no sugar after midnight for Mason because he's got enough energy as it is.
Yeah, and yeah, speaking of that, like he did famously cop for a princess in Dubai at some point, didn't he? Obviously a pop star.
Oh yes, I forgot about all that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we should say. Yeah.
Well, of course, yeah, you know, there was pictures on Instagram or whatever, and it looked like, you know, well,
okay. Well, do you know what?
We had a nice chat.
Can we just say we are all saying allegedly? Les isn't. So Mason, if you're watching, sue Les.
Which I'm sure he does. And,
you know what? Just one thing on that. I love the idea of us winning something this year, and that being like that beautiful girl being like our song. And like everyone's singing it at Wembley, sort of like that. Synonymous with this season.
Mike,
I think it would not be a great idea to feed Jordan Pickford after midnight. I don't know why. He just gives me the vibe of sort of like my childhood self. Of I always remember being really young and having midnight snacks with my older brother. When it would be like, you say midnight snacks, and it would be about 8 o'clock at night, and you're eating a little bit of ice cream before bed, and you feel dead mad, but you're not. And it sends you absolutely west. And Jordan Pickford is someone who does not need to be sent absolutely west. Like, this is the fella who's someone else say words then, or have I just, no. Someone interrupted me in my flow, not happy with that. This is the fella who decided to scran lots and lots of pasta in the back of his mum's car on the way to his matches, which to me just seems mental. Like, this fella just went through tub and tub of pasta. Do you know, before you're about to go and play football, the one thing I could not stomach is pasta, which obviously I'm not a professional footballer, which seems mad. But yeah, seems mad to me. But yeah, that fella doesn't need to have food after midnight, because if he did, he'd have loads of it and he'd be bouncing off the walls, like me after Sunny Delight when I was 10. Or after 4 Aperols.
4? Racing through that, lad.
No, I'm all right now. Give me one
more.
more.
You're all right now, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Rob?
I think it's got to be Anthony Gordon, surely. I mean, he's just And I say this with the caveat that I think he's going to be really, really good for us. But let's be honest, he's 19 and he's a ginger, and he has that complexion that suggests that you feed him a little too much sugar or a little too much greasy after midnight food, and he's going to have like an adult acne breakout. And he doesn't need any extra obstacles in that, So I would just say that not Anthony Gordon.
Fair enough. I think we'll have to go with Matt Flusk and Mike on that one, because I can see the merit of not feeding Andre Gomez, because he is like he's pulling a shed at the minute. And Mike, I don't think is what Jordan Pickford needs so much. So going into,
can I ask a question?
What?
Do you know I've reached this age now where
Here we go.
Where
It's a question, but really it's a
who
story.
remembers the 2000s, eh?
No.
I'm the old man of this group.
I've reached the age now where I've decided that eating after 9 o'clock is a bad idea. And any time I eat after, I reckon, about 8:30, I can't sleep. Like, I can't sleep properly. Does anyone else have this issue, or do we reckon this is just fully psychosomatic in my brain, where I've told myself if I eat later on, I won't kick properly?
Possibly, but there is a physiological reason behind it, isn't there? Eating late.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your body I can't eat anything.
Takes energy and time to digest the food when it should be like winding down to sleep. So it doesn't.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a physiological reason, but it's definitely all in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little bowl of cereal before bed.
Really?
No way.
What time?
About 9:30.
Jesus, no.
By 10 o'clock now.
A bowl of cereal before bed invites both a need to either or piss or shit in the middle of the night.
It's
I mean,
that is-
You're
I'm
asking for it at
honestly,
that point.
I'm up at
That's
3 a.m. every morning anyway. That's going to happen no matter what.
That is asking for 2 o'clock poos, like, you know.
Terrible.
It doesn't really get me like that. Just pee all night, that's it.
You don't do a poo in the night. So, right,
No,
who's a night pooer? Come on, hands up if you're a night pooer.
I'm a morning.
No night poos? We got no night poos here, gentlemen? None? No.
Okay, well, while we're on it then,
I've got a feeling.
does everyone sit down for the middle of the night wee?
Yeah.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mate, I sit down for most of my weeks. It's a treat.
It is.
Yeah.
I reckon I'm just going to duke the scores here so Mike doesn't come back on again tomorrow.
Well, we've already effectively run over. I'll tell you what, we will launch.
Can't be doing with this all week.
I had a question. I like it when I can ask questions. I'll be quiet now.
Well, we're into true or false now, so we're literally in the death throes of this first Mailbag Royal Rumble with Matt Jones and RV on 5 and Matt Flusk and Mike on 6, but it's all to play for because the 2 true or false questions coming up. So, if you think it's true, do that. Make a T with your hands. If you think it's false, do that.
I can't do that because I'm holding the phone with one hand.
We'll put your drink down. Oh, just do that then, or that.
So, yeah, I'll go that or
that. That's true.
Or,
Turn Mike's camera off, Les. I think that would.
Definitely.
Is it that or which one's right out of these two?
Either or, it's fine. It's all right.
So,
whatever comes natural to you.
Because it's backwards on the screen.
Whatever you want. I get the idea. It's fine. So
Right, I'll do that.
that'll do. I've had that plenty of times, to be honest.
If I'm holding the drink up, it's true. If I'm not, it's false.
Mike, why are you complicating things here? Because you might just say I held it up and I wasn't holding it up. Just put
Some of us have things to do today, Mike.
Right, ready. Here we go. First one. Charlie Chaplin came first in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest.
I don't really know what Matt Flusk's doing.
Swearing at us.
He's like, just fuck you guys.
I don't know what a thumbs up is either. Because this supposed
And
I will protest if Mike's right.
And in Tuszyn, Poland, Winnie the Pooh is banned from all playgrounds and children's areas. Okay, so we got true from RV, false from Matt, true from Mike. So the answers are Charlie Chaplin's false.
Didn't he come third?
He came third.
Wait.
Yeah.
So the answer was false on the first one?
The answer was false on the first one.
Okay.
So Matt Jones gets a point there.
I think Rob got that as well.
Yeah.
This next one's got to be true because it's got to
very
be.
specific to make up, actually, in hindsight, if it's not true.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Because Winnie the Pooh, he's a deviant.
I knew the first one was false, and I thought Les wouldn't go false.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Don't like that. Treat every question on its merits. Don't try and play the system.
Right. Okay. So the second one is true. Banned from playgrounds as he was deemed an inappropriate hermaphrodite due to the fact he doesn't wear pants and has non-gender specific genitalia.
Fair play. Go ahead, Winnie.
That's smart.
One.
So everyone's on the same points.
Yeah. I got both.
I think Rob's ahead of me now by 1.
No, you said false.
I said true for.
Yeah, I got.
You did say true for that.
I said false for number 1 and true for 2. I got both of them.
Do you know what? I've written them backwards. You know.
I promise, Les, I have no motivation to lie for this whatsoever.
Absolutely great start there. True. Yeah. Actually makes Matt Flusk the winner this week. This Royal Rumble.
Congrats, Matt.
Sorry, Matt Flusk has basically just suplexed you out the ring there. True or false?
Wasn't it Rey Mysterio used to come to the Royal Rumbles really early and stay for ages? Or Shawn Michaels?
Was it? I can't remember. I haven't seen Royal Rumble for years.
No,
That sounds about right though, because Rey Mysterio's got 5 foot.
Did you watch wrestling, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a vibe that you were a wrestling person.
Wasn't.
I mean, I wasn't.
Watch
I
wrestling
just
as a kid.
I just
WWF.
thought it was a little bit. I don't know. Even 12-year-old me was like, "This is just a little bit too homoerotic for me." Not buying into it at all. But 12-year-old you loved it.
Too homoerotic.
Look,
I don't even know what that means.
And look how Matt's turned out. It's not fine.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble's on tonight. I'll be watching it.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, fair dues. I'll be in bed with my girlfriend. Yeah.
so we touched on homoeroticism and leather daddies. It's been a classic mailbag, that one. Matt, can you come back for round 2 tomorrow?
2.
Yeah, it's right. I will see you then. Thanks to Mike Dasher, thanks to Matt Jones, thanks to Matt Flusk, thanks to everyone who sent questions in over the year, because I just nicked them from earlier in the year. We'll be back tomorrow for round 2 of the Royal Rumble.